So we got corn chowder and corn chowder. Wait, no. Is this thing on?
Hello.
Alrighty guys, just got back from the dentist for my wisdom tooth consult. He looks pretty good. He claims that he can do it in 5 minutes. I will see if he does it in 5 minutes. Alrighty, so Jimmy is on rounds right now, so I can't really talk too loud, but this is what I'm having for breakfast. Ugh, isn't she beautiful? And okay, you guys might think this is kind of gross, but like, I just like to have protein, so I'm having some tuna with a little bit of mayo and sriracha. Yeah, I'm just like a salty protein kind of like breakfast person, and some ice water. Alrighty, so right now I am catching up on some radiology lectures. I feel like in undergrad I was actually not that bad at physics, but now that it's been so long, I'm literally like what is an atom? What is an electron? Like I literally have no idea what we're talking about right now. So this should be a fun class. This one lecture is taking so long. Yay! Okay, so we're back. Jimmy did such a good job being an Instagram boyfriend today. I feel like he's slowly getting better. Right, Jimmy? Jimmy! Okay, well anyways, now we're going to go to the store. We're going to get some groceries from TJ Maxx, and I'm super excited to show you guys what we get there. We'll probably do a Trader Joe's haul review at some point, so see you guys then. Alrighty, so we're on our way to Trader Joe's. Jimmy, how was your day?
It was a day.
You had a project day
I had
today.
a project day. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Alrighty guys, $150 later, and we're finally back from Trader Joe's. So, like last time, I want to show you guys my top, how to say this?
Anticipated?
Thank you. Most anticipated Trader Joe's products that I'll be reviewing throughout this week. So, up first, shawarma chicken thighs, and harissa flavored chicken thighs. These really excite me because we're hoping that it tastes like the kava chicken. That's the harissa honey chicken, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, by the way, tonight, it is pizza night in our household.
Pizza night.
Pizza night! Oh, okay guys, this is Jimmy's favorite item that he got. Cheese puffs! They're so good. I feel like if you were a snack, you would be a cheese puff.
I mean, I'm a snack, but...
Another thing we're excited to try is the dark chocolate protein muffin containers. It's kind of like those instant ramen things, but I'm really excited to try because it's a protein muffin. Looks good. Okay, this, I know this isn't new, but I wanted to try making barbecue jackfruit. I thought that would taste really good. I know all the vegan people that I follow are really into this, so we will see. Do I know how to prepare a jackfruit? No. Do I even know like what a jackfruit is? Not really, but.
Will I eat any of it? Probably.
Anyways, this is the most anticipated item. The watermelon jerky. I've heard actually not great things about this, honestly, but I'm just really excited to be part of the hype. I wanted to try it. You know what? Let's just try this on camera later. Let me set this aside. Also not special, but I love corn chowder, and your girl is getting her wisdom teeth removed next week, so I'm gonna need some soft foods for a while. So we got corn chowder and corn chowder. Wait, no. I'm really excited to try this cauliflower jalapeno dip. It's made with a blend of cream cheese, ricotta cheese, and Parmesan cheese. Honestly, it just had cauliflower in it, so obviously I was sold. Along the same lines, we got roasted cauliflower and cheese ravioli. This looks good. Their ravioli is so good. There's something about the consistency of the ravioli. We'll report back. Next, I'm pretty sure my friend Lauren from pharmacy school like really likes this. I remember her talking about this, but it's the almond butter granola. Hey Lauren, if you're watching. I'm excited to try this and the Greek yogurt that we got. So, anyways, Jimmy, let's try our kombucha. Okay, Jimbo, what do we got with us today? What are you trying?
Strawberry lemonade. Probably the most basic intro kombucha you could get into.
That really is.
Yeah.
That's the kind of kombucha.
It's like, hey, I want kombucha like that I can't even tell it's kombucha. That's what you get.
That's the kind of kombucha that you like.
I'm more into the fruity kind of boys. Like, I don't like the cayenne or the ginger. I don't know.
That's what I like. I like
for me.
cayenne and ginger. I want it to like hurt a little bit. Let's try. Ready? Cheers.
Ooh.
Ooh, I really like this.
Good acidity.
Golden pineapple, so good. I need to learn how to better hold this camera because like right now I'm like, hi. Good, right?
That is delightful.
I know. Wait, let me have another sip. Hey, do you want to try watermelon jerky? Please.
We all know what happens when she has watermelon.
I haven't told them yet. Okay, for those that don't know, I love watermelon, but let's just say watermelon does not love me. So let's try the jerky version. Ready?
Ooh, interesting. There's seeds in it.
Oh my god, it looks like prosciutto.
That is weird. I don't know. Like,
I don't know if I like that. Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of having to like spit out my seeds.
It looks like, oh my god, it looks like really good prosciutto. Okay, ready? Go.
I'm curious what makes it a jerky and not just a dried fruit.
It kind of reminds me of this Chinese snack that I used to have growing up. Like dried hawthorn berry or something. Can I eat the sheep?
I don't think so. It's gonna grow in your stomach.
I would give this, I don't think I would buy this again. I might. I would give this like 7.5 out of 10.
6.1.
So I've gotten this question a couple times on my Instagram page asking to compare the differences between dental school and pharmacy school. So I thought that I would make a quick little snippet in this video about it. Okay, so first things first, differences between structure. So pharmacy school and dental school are kind of structured in different ways. Pharmacy school is 4 years for those of you guys that don't know. So basically, usually your first 3 years, it differs from school to school, but for the most part, the first 3 years, you are taking didactic classes, and then that last year you're on rotations, and then that's where you go to different types of like clinical settings. You're in like hospitals, or you're in clinics, or you could do like corporate rotation. You're also required to do community rotation, so that would be working in sites like retail stores. There's a ton of different fields that you can do for your rotations. It's just a matter of what you get like matched with. But basically besides that, the first 3 years you're in hardcore school. Versus dentistry, dental school is also 4 years, but for a lot of schools, this also differs from school to school, keep in mind. But for a lot of schools, the first 2 or so years you're taking didactic classes like with pharmacy, but then the last 2 years you're seeing your own patients in clinic and you're doing your own procedures. Let me just break down kind of like the structure of the 2 different schools a little bit for you. In pharmacy school you have lab, and that's basically where you practice counseling patients, you practice like real life simulations, we practice doing like eye ear exams. We did a lot of skits. If you haven't checked out already, check out my video about like pharmacists reacting to pharmacy school, because I swear to God, part of it was just like being a theater major. So yeah, lab, always fake patients. Whereas in dental school, starting 2nd and 3rd year, you are the provider, you're seeing real patients at your school's clinic. Like, these patients are coming to your school because you're their dentist. Like, I can't stress enough how real it is, and that's what makes dental school kind of so crazy. I saw this one like really funny meme kind of, and it was like all these different little animals, and then it was like there was like a cat mom and a kitten, and then a dog, and then a puppy. One was like med school, and it was like, oh, I'll like nurture you and take care of you. One was like nursing school or some other profession, and they were like, oh yeah, like let me nurture you. And then there was dental school, and it was like a bird, and then it's bird baby, and the bird was kicking out the baby, and it was like, fly bitch. I'm sure that like other schools, they have their own problems and stuff, but honestly that's why dental school sometimes feels a little crazy. And it's not like dental school care is subpar by any means, simply just that it's such an early start compared to like a lot of the other healthcare professions. Sometimes it honestly feels a little bit like art class, because they like give you this big box of like instruments and equipment, and they're basically like, okay, today we're gonna learn how to do this, follow along. So then the teacher's in the front of the room doing his thing, and then you're like trying to look up at the screen and follow along, and then like in a couple weeks you'll be tested on like how well you do that. Some people get it straight off the bat and then they're fine. Other people, they need more practice, and that's fine, but you have to determine that yourself, because you're the one that's getting your butt up at like 9 in the morning on a weekend to go practice at school when like other people are like still sleeping in. You see what I mean? I do also feel like there's a little bit more pressure on yourself in dental school because, like I said, in pharmacy school we were kind of only assessed based on like our tests or papers or debates, like those type of like paper grades. But there's something a little bit different. I don't know, I can't really like explain it. There's like a unique type of pressure when you're like handcrafting something and you've spent time on it and then you have to present it to someone else to subjectively judge. Another thing, with dental school, you have to get used to this unique type of learning because on one hand, you're learning like scientific things and like clinical things in the classroom, but on the other hand, you're learning how to like better carve something. You're learning how to better apply pressure. It's literally like art class sometimes, I feel like. Okay, now differences between classes, but let me break it down for you guys. So in dental school, I took cardio, I took renal, I took palm, I'm taking endocrinology right now, I took neuro. I've taken all of these like clinical courses, all fit into like basically one semester. So each class for those was like maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So because of that, I mean, they understand that we're dental students, and I'm not part of one of those dental schools where they take the same classes with the med students. That's different. So for my school, I felt like it was like a very accelerated style of learning. So obviously we had to skip some of the details. Whereas for pharmacy, we had instead like full semesters dedicated to one subject at a time. So I had one whole semester for cardiology, one whole semester for endocrinology, one whole semester for like oncology. Why that all took 3 years is because we had to spend a whole semester getting into the real nitty-gritty. And also with pharmacy school, we had to learn a lot more about like therapeutic guidelines for obvious reasons because, you know, if you're doing clinical pharmacy especially, you have to really understand protocol and like how you treat patients on certain things. So I think that's why didactically I felt like so far pharmacy school has been a lot harder than dental school. Granted, I can't really judge hardness for you guys right now because I've only done the first year of dental school, and for a lot of people, they say that at Tufts that's the easiest year. But I mean, that's because we haven't learned the dental part of it yet. Second year, now I'm starting to learn orthodontics. I'm gonna learn perio. So I'll let you guys know how that goes once I finally take those classes. Okay, now comparing how the classes actually are. In pharmacy school, I had a lot more like assignment type things on top of tests. So I had a lot more soap notes due, a lot more case notes, a lot more debates and papers, that kind of stuff. Everything was very like on paper on a laptop. Whereas with dental school, because we have to learn like the actual craft part of it, it's a lot more like you get lectures from professors and then you have to go into lab and like practice what you're learning. And you have to do like workshops on the weekends or at nighttime. If you have like a practical coming up, you have to go into lab, like get your butt into lab, even when you're all cozy and comfy in bed, and make yourself practice to be better. And the only person that's saying you can stop practicing is yourself. Like, you have to have that self-control to be like, this isn't good enough, I gotta start over again and again and again. And finally, there's just a difference in the amount of time that you have. I felt like in pharmacy school, I had more time outside of the classroom because like pharmacy, I had a lot of like classes to study for. Whereas dentistry, I feel like I really have a lot less free time because when you're not listening to lectures or studying, you should be practicing your hand skills, or like first year, you should be in anatomy lab looking at cadavers and dissecting and that extra stuff. So I remember in pharmacy school, it's like normal. A lot of people join lots of clubs. A lot of people, most people actually work part-time. Usually most people in pharmacy school work as a pharmacy intern for their pharmacies. And that's like really great because that's kind of setting you up to get a job afterwards. Whereas in dental school, not that many people work, and we're less expected to work because you have so much less time because you have to be like physically practicing. Also, I will say dental school is a unique type of tiring because it's literally like physical, like manual sort of labor. I know you're not like moving boxes, but you're literally sitting there hunched over and like for hours on end, like practicing something. And like you don't realize that like your jaw is clenched or your shoulders are tight or you're sitting a certain way. Like all of that goes away because you're so focused on like the little tiny space in front of you. So I'm definitely a lot more physically tired in dental school than I was in pharmacy school simply because I'm like hunched over doing things all day. Hey guys, so I'm editing this right now and I just wanted to include a piece on how both dental school and pharmacy school were so incredibly influential to me for so many different reasons. Pharmacy really whipped my ass into shape, okay? There's no way I could have gone into dental school with who I was in the beginning of pharmacy school. I was so unfocused, so like lazy even. And because of pharmacy school, it was almost like a boot camp. Pharmacy school whipped me into shape. It humbled me. It helped me develop grit and that growth mindset that you really need to succeed. And it's always going to be one of my best and hardest experiences ever. Meanwhile, dental school has forced me to develop like these personal skills that I never would have had otherwise. It's taught me how to stay cool under pressure, to be able to perform under pressure, to be more decisive. It really, dental school, even just 1 year so far, has helped me take on more of that like provider type role where I feel more confident in myself. So at the end of the day, can I really compare the two? Not really, because they're just two really completely different fields. Overall, two really great career paths that I'm really lucky to be a part of. If you guys have any more questions about pharmacy school or dental school, feel free to just leave them down below for me and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna close off the vlog with that. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below, and I'll see you guys later.